Hi and welcome today to my 7th week of zero waste. And it's been a pretty exciting week. not as amazing as last week and my visit to Lush. Or maybe still as amazing. Differently amazing. First thing, I was on my way downtown in Cologne and just, you know, wandering around basically, and suddenly a smell of coffee entered my nose from the side of the street, and I was like, what's that? And it was actually a little private coffee roastery that I never visited before, because you don't have to. You go to a supermarket and you get all your stuff there, and that is something that I actually find pretty nice about zero waste. You suddenly go to different places than you usually do, and you meet people that you didn't even know existed, like a little small coffee roastery. There was this guy in there, like a 70-year-old gray-haired bearded guy, and he sells his own coffee and chocolates in there. A little tiny shop, and he has all sorts of coffee, like, I don't know, 20, 30 different kinds of coffee, and he sells them in his own little paper bags. But I didn't buy a paper bag. When I got the smell, I went into the shop and asked him if I could bring my own container to put the coffee in there, and he said, yeah, sure. I was like, yay! I don't really drink coffee on a regular basis, but sometimes I do when I'm overly tired, like during the finals at the university, or when I'm, I don't know, just tired and exhausted and I've gotten too little sleep, just to get through the day. So I got my own glass jar and I got my own coffee, and it's €3.20 for 250 grams of coffee, and I'm really satisfied. I had no idea what kind I wanted. I just told him, give me the one that most of your customers prefer. That's what he did. It's some Costa Rican brand, I don't know. It's good, yeah. That was exciting, so I got my own coffee. Then another exciting thing, it was almost like Christmas to me. I found my composting bin right in front of my house one day. It's been 6.5 weeks that it took my landlord to get me the composting bin. At first he didn't want to, I told you that in an earlier video. But I finally got it, and it can hold 60 liters of waste, and now I'm responsible for that, because all the other tenants have no idea that I even ordered it, and it's my responsibility to put it to the street whenever the what are they called? Trash cars? Whenever they pick up the trash cans. It's every Monday morning, so I put down into my calendar that I have to put the composting bin down at the street every Sunday evening. So that's what I'm gonna do. I can put my food scraps in there, and I also can put the waste of the cat in there. And talking about cats, I've been thinking about the cat food. That's a tough one, really, because all the waste I make is hardly anything, but the cat still has waste, because cat food, of course, comes either in plastic or in little aluminum boxes, or in, if it's dry food, in even cardboard boxes or in tin cans. My cat doesn't really like the tin cans because there's 400 grams in there, and he prefers different tastes every day, and I can hardly say what's his favorite because that changes all the time, so that's a tough one right now. And they have these little plastic plastic bags, really, where they put cat food in, and I've been thinking about that a lot. What is the, of course I have to buy it. I could buy meat at a store, which is tough in zero wasteland, and of course I'm a vegan, so I don't really like doing that. Anyhow, and I've been thinking about making my own cat food, but I think it's easier and also more sustainable probably if I just buy the regular cat food, but I have to decide on the packaging, and I decided on these. These are made of aluminum, and aluminum is quite easy to recycle, and it's quite efficient because it only takes 5% of the energy to produce new aluminum if you recycle old aluminum. So that's really one thing that is easy to recycle, and that's efficient to recycle, and that's cheap to recycle. So that's what I'm gonna do. Of course, my cat doesn't like all the different tastes I bought in an aluminum packaging. I have to find a way to solve that problem too. Yeah. And then I made my first real facial cream, which turned out quite nicely. I used a recipe from a YouTuber called Ela Gale. She's from New Zealand, I think, and she has lots of different cosmetic recipes on her channel, and I really like those. And there's a lot of ingredients in there, but I had all the ingredients on hand for this one, or basically I switched some ingredients. She calls for almond oil, and I put half almond oil, half avocado oil in there, because I read in another cosmetics book that avocado oil is really quite good to keep your wrinkles soft, and it actually works better than most of the eye care creams that I tried out so far. Other than that, there's coconut oil in there, and a little vitamin E, and what else? Rose water. I put rose water in there instead of distilled water, and it turned out quite nicely, and it's really, really pretty. So that's it for my experiences in Zero Wasteland, and let's go to my trash. So this is my little basket of to recycle or not to recycle, that's the question. To recycle or to reuse, that's the question. Okay, I still haven't made a decision if I want to keep it or not, so I think I'm gonna put part of it into recycling and keep the rest. So this little container might still be useful, so I'm keeping that. This is a bought bag for freezing, and I still might need that. What fell on the floor is the dispenser of the face cream that I could have put my made face cream in, but didn't think of that. But that doesn't matter though. I'm gonna keep that. I used this for freezing bananas this week, and it's free again, and I think I'm not gonna keep it. Yeah, bye-bye. This was a bag of rice. I'm still keeping that. This container was of the hemp hearts. I'm still might want to keep that. The bottle of the shampoo is still, I think it still looks nice, so I'm gonna keep that. This is still the container of my bought detergent, and it still might just come in useful. I'm still keeping that. This is really hard. I think there was tea in this, and I don't think this bag is still going to be useful, so I'm tossing that. Also going to toss that bag. I haven't used it in 6.5 weeks, so I'm not going to keep it. Probably also this bag, which was of red lentils, and I haven't used that either, so I'm going to toss that. This was hanging on a pineapple. I don't need that. This was cayenne pepper. I emptied that, so I'm going to throw this away. This is a container, a glass container that contains cinnamon, but I don't think I'm going to use that, so I'm going to recycle it. Also, this little wine bottle, it's going into recycling. That bag that used to contain chard, that came in useful, so I think I might just keep that. This bottle, there was a detergent in there, and I've been using it for homemade detergent, but actually it's too big, and I don't think I'm going to use that. I'd rather use the shampoo bottle, so that's going to be tossed. Also, I think this other bag of lentils that I haven't used in weeks. This was the bottle of rose water, which has this nice spray dispenser. Might just come in useful, and it's glass, by the way, so I'm going to keep that.
This is the window of an envelope. I'm going to toss that. I'm also going to toss this, I think, the top of a box of blueberries. And, there's no use for that. Also going to toss this. There was rice flour in there, so I don't really need that. I've been using this Amazon bag actually quite some time, and it still comes in handy, so I'm gonna use that once again. This was the bottle of Hamamelis water, and yeah, it could come in quite handy if I need to keep small amounts of liquid, but I cannot think of a case or a kind of liquid that I might want to keep, so I'm going to toss that too. I'm still going to keep this huge bag of lentils, which I've been using over and over again. This is a container of contact lenses, which are of course trouble, I know, but I'm too vain to wear glasses. They are made of plastic, the container is made of plastic, the container of the liquid to clean it is made out of plastic. It all sucks. Gonna put that into recycling. This is plastic from a spice bag. This is the rest of that, and this is gummy band. Gummy band, is that a word in English? I have no idea. I'm gonna toss that too. So, have you decided what to do with your plastic trash? Do you put it into recycling? Do you keep it? Are you afraid of the toxins in there? I still haven't decided, but I'm going to toss some of it, and the rest I'm going to keep because it might still be useful. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't want to miss any of my videos, please subscribe. I say bye bye, see you soon.